Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Lillis. Today we're going to be working on some multi-step word problems with a little multiplication and a little division. So today we're going to be looking at this first one, and it says a developer was buying land. He bought 4 acres at $1,863 per acre. He then split the land he purchased into 9 lots. How much should he sell each lot for just to break even? Okay, so let's think about how we could solve this. So the first part was that 4 acres. So sometimes it's even good to like make a little jot on the side, perhaps when you have like scrap paper, just so you can keep track of all the information you need to know. And they were $1,863 per acre. Okay. And then they want us, once you figure that out, they want to split the land he purchased into 9 lots. Okay. And how much should he sell each lot for? Okay. So what we have to think about is, what operation would you do first? So I would say do multiplication, because you're thinking we have 4 acres and that amount per acre. So you would really want to say 1,863 times 4. And if that's what you're doing first, you'd put parentheses around that first, right? And then the second part was, how much should he sell each lot for? So then you would, and if you're splitting it into 9 lots, you would do this. Okay, so that tells you do your multiplication would be step 1. Then this would be the step 2. So let's solve. 1,863 times 4, set it up like this. 12, 24, 25. 8 times 4, 32. Plus 2, 34. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 3 is 7. So this is what it would cost to buy the 4 acres. Now we just have to divide by 9. So remember last week I actually worked on some division with you. And when you have a single digit divisor, I would recommend doing long division. When you have a double digit divisor, I'd say partial quotients, but it depends on your preference also. 9 goes into 7, no time, so then we're going to look at 74. And I know a fact that gets me close to 74 is 8 times 9 is 72. Okay. Then remember, you bring down the other 2 numbers. Remember how this goes? And then you think, what can I multiply times 9? Oh, wait. No. I made a mistake. Sorry. What can I multiply times 9 to get to close to 25? Well, I know 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is 27, so 9 times 2 would work. Okay, so then we subtract 5 minus 8, you can't do it. Make this a 15. And that would be 7, sorry. Okay, then you think, now we bring down the 2. 9 times 8 is 72. Ah, we're done. So the answer would be $828 each. Okay, so let's do the next problem. Next problem says, Sarah's mother had 17 small photo albums filled with 72 photos in each. In order to have some space, she bought 9 larger albums, with each album having 40 pages. So if she wanted to put all her pictures into the large albums with the same number of pictures in each, how many pictures should be in each album? Okay, so think about it. I want you to look at the words, try to make sense of what information we need. And keep in mind that sometimes problems will have information in them that you don't need. So pay attention to that. So what we want to do is think we have 17 albums. Okay, so I'm going to jot this down. 17 albums. And they were 72 photos in each album, okay? So that sounds pretty important. Also, they said something about, back at the problem. In order to save some space, she bought 9 larger albums with, okay. So what you want to do is think about 9 larger albums. So she wants to eventually put them in that. Okay. And they say something about each album having 40 pages. Do you need that 40? Actually, you really don't need to know how many pages it is. All right, so let's figure out what we would do with these numbers. I would say start with the 17 and multiply it by 72. Because if there are 17 albums and there were 72 photos in each, this is going to tell us the total amount of photos, right? So that should be step 1. And remember, parentheses is a good way to show that. And then the final question is, going back to this, if she wanted to put all her pictures into the larger albums with the same number of pictures in each, how many pictures should be in each album? So you really don't need that 40. We're just going to look at the 9 and we'll do divided by 9. Okay? So let's do the work. 17 times 72. 7 times 2, 14. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, 3. We use my 0 placeholder, 7 times 7. Cross that out. 7 times 7, 49. Put the 4 up here. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 4, 11. Add it up. 4, 12, 2, 1. So that tells us she has that many photos, 1,224. You're going to take that number, divide it by 9. So this is step 2 now. 1,224 divided by 9. And it's another single digit problem. So you could do long division. I'm going to actually do partial quotients just because maybe that might be helpful for some of you. Okay. So I'm running out of space. I hope I have enough space. So I would say 9 times, remember I say try to use like 10 and 50, 100, numbers like that. I'm going to start with 100 because I know 9 times 100 is 900, and that should get me pretty close, or closer. Then we subtract. 4 minus 0, 4. 2 minus 0, 2. You can think of this like a 12 minus 9, 3. Okay? Now I can't do 100 again. That would be too large. I could do, I could do 20 or 30. Yeah, maybe 30 is better. Because 9 times 3 is 27. Add a 0, right? To make this a 12. Okay, 12 minus 7, 5. 2 minus 2, 0. Okay, so now I think what can times 9 gets me 54? If you knew your facts, you would know 6 times 9 is 54. Subtract. Remember, for partial quotients, these are all the parts. You add them up. 136. So that would be your answer, 136. That's telling you how many pictures should be in each album. 136 pictures. Remember, there were 9 albums. Okay, so the next 2 slides have other practice problems for you. There should be 4 more for you to practice. And remember to ask your teachers if you need any help. Good luck.